Adesso ascoltiamo l'ambasciatore, Sua Eccellenza, l'ambasciatore del Bangladesh a Roma, Shadat Hussain, che ci dice quale può essere un nuovo mercato per i prodotti made in Italy, qual è il Bangladesh, e poi facciamo una breve pausa. Grazie.
Distinguished organizers, dear friends, colleagues from the diplomatic community, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to be here today in this important event. I profoundly thank the organizers who invited me to speak on halal as an important driver for cultural exchange and trade development between Bangladesh and Italy. So primarily, my discussion will be focused on the trade between Bangladesh and Italy and its opportunities, and definitely the focus will be halal. Well, I have divided my discussion in two portions. One, absolutely the possibility of trade between Italy and Bangladesh. The other one will focus on the cultural exchanges, keeping in mind halal. Because we have a huge Bangladeshi community here in Italy, perhaps I will try to bring that into focus. First, I will discuss on Bangladesh trade and the opportunities that we could have. Our economy is basically based on agriculture. Our foreign exchange depends primarily on the export of ready-made apparels and the remittances sent from our immigrants, the people of Bangladesh who live abroad. On top of that, our country has substantial reserves of natural gas, which constitute the bulk of our revenue. With so many efforts by our people, our successive governments, our country remains poor. Foreign direct investment has risen since 2001, but remains structurally weak. To attract foreign investment, we have been trying our best to liberalize many of our strict rules and regulations. To our mind, we believe that our strength is our geographical location between South Asia and Southeast Asia. FDIs, basically in Bangladesh, are oriented towards sectors like telecommunication, and textile and energy. By far, the main investor in telecommunications so far in Bangladesh is Egypt, followed by United Kingdom, UAE, and Malaysia. On foreign trade, Bangladesh is open to foreign trade, which represents about 50% of the GDP. We are working on adjusting custom duties, and we are implementing a series of measures, including concessional tariffs, a customs duty recovery system, and export processing zone in order to reduce these barriers. We are also improving the transport quality and communication. The government has increased the production of electricity to meet the energy need of the growing industry in the country. These are the things that we have and we are working on to have trade with the international community. The difficulties that we face is primarily accessibility, and that equally applies to European countries, including Italy. In Italy, we primarily face four kinds of restrictions. Well, though there from 2001, EU has initiated a policy called Everything But Arms, which gives some opportunities to the least developed countries, and Bangladesh, belonging to the LDC, enjoys the benefit of it, but still we face some of the barriers, mostly non-tariff barriers. On halal matters, Bangladesh is a Muslim majority country. Our people are moderate Muslims, very moderate Muslims. With regard to food, they look for halal materials, halal food. And when we speak about halal food, our people primarily focus on meat and meat products. If the meat and meat products are halal, our people are satisfied. However, there are many other things as prescribed in Islam which are prohibited and non-prohibited. Say, for example, in Islam, a man cannot wear silk clothes. In Bangladesh, in general, people overlook this prescription. You will find that on festive days, men, folks use silk clothes. But that doesn't mean that the people are too liberal to overlook what is prescribed as halal and haram. As an example, I will tell you that once a mutiny in the army, destabilizing the whole region, took place. On the context that some of the rifles used some bullets which you have to use with the teeth to open it. And there was a rumor that the bullet was covered with the fat of pork. This information, right or wrong, created a huge amount of upheaval among the people. So, when I am saying that our people are liberal, yes, they are liberal, but to a certain extent. I welcome this initiative of the organizers for, well, it was a good session for me to learn and as well as to share some of the opportunities that we have in Bangladesh in this field. With regard to our people who are living here in Italy, we have approximately 150,000 people. And many of these people face the same kind of difficulty that other Muslim communities living in this country face with regard to food, with regard to other facilities of life. Since there are some high officials of the Italian government, I think, though it is not very pertinent, but it falls under halal prescription, though not halal business. I would like to mention that, and I believe I will conclude first. Thank you. And I believe that will help not only the Bangladeshi community, but other Muslim communities living in this country. That is, it's not business again, but it is halal. It's halal matter. That is with regard to the processing of funeral of deceased people. In the hospitals, when some Muslim sister and Muslim brother dies, unfortunately, the dead body is kept open there without a piece of cloth. This is not approved in Islam. There is some halal way of making funeral and processing. I know we are talking about business here, but as a social service, business people are the right people to take initiatives, and hence my appeal to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador.